I was born and raised in a place called Stoke-on-Trent, England. My father worked in ceramics all his life, and so did his father. Stoke-on-Trent is well known for ceramics making, going back 250, 300 years. So back in the early 70s, when my dad started his little pottery business, it was like 55, 60,000 people working in ceramics in an area of an 8-mile diameter. They called it the Potteries Basin. And I went into the studio workshop aged about 16. And my father taught me the technical side of slip casting and making molds and things like that. I picked that up pretty quickly, started modeling in the family business. After a few years of just modeling and mold making for factories and things, I did start making some of my own things. Borders that contained car parts and weird kind of reactions against the traditional designs of Stoke-on-Trent pottery industry. I was trying to find my voice, and I think reacting against the industry was a way of me defining what I wanted to do. I had one particular project which was a pivotal moment for me. This particular factory, which makes hotelware for the world, they were having a visit from the Queen because it was their 200th anniversary of making ceramics. They decided they wanted to make this very ornate clock, which is representing the arts, science, mathematics, and the Queen was coming in 15 weeks. I remember my dad and the head of this factory saying to me, "Can you do this?" And I said, "Yeah, I can do this, yeah." So they locked me up in this studio space at the factory. I modeled all these pieces in clay, and it was more or less, you can't come out until this is done. That was a moment, I think, gave me a lot of confidence that maybe I do have some gift to make something. One of my favorite parts of making is just sitting, modeling plaster in that detail. For me, that's a very calm, meditative kind of state. I like the challenges of pushing embossment and forms in plaster and translating them into cast pieces. This part of the world has been very, very good to me. I think I see myself as a Bowen Island artist now. Most of my inspiration comes from my walks, and there's certain areas of the woods, one of them in particular I call the thought corridor. If I'm agitated by something, in culture particularly, then that will often have me ruminating on it, and some visual image will attach itself to that ruminating. Sketching always is the start of a piece being made. I started sketching this emotion, this feeling. I think it started from reading about AI. It seemed like outsourcing the creative journey, outsourcing my imagination. And I thought about a reassertion of the sacredness of humans within this tech space. And all of a sudden I started to get these exciting ideas for me of attaching halos to ordinary people. And I will introduce color into this piece, trying in my own way to elevate the ordinary to something more sacred as a response to the overwhelming force and the nature of tech. Looking back on my career, I think I wish I'd started making art pieces earlier. To be a working artist, you're often living a very rich life, working out ideas and pursuing some way of connecting ideas to something physical. This award means more than I can say, really. I'm just very thankful to have it. It gave me a motivation to make the next piece. If I were to pass anything on to anybody younger, just make the thing you really are happy to make and want to make and need to make. We should value the pursuing of making something beautiful and the process of making. I think it makes us better people.